I guess I could talk to Wazy and Wald. They might know something. Hi. Hey, who's been clawing their way into Crossbell's underworld? They're supposedly a large group that operates in the east. Yeah, I've heard they're a crime syndicate with a strong foothold in Calvard. Do you know anything about them, Wazy? No, can't say I do. I've heard that they've been engaging in skirmishes over smuggling routes as of late. Oh, so you have that info too. They've also been strengthening their forces even though they're already keeping Ravache at bay. If sources are to be believed, at least. We're remaining cautious for now. Their actions could affect us too. Really? Hey, how'd someone like yourself manage to find that juicy piece of info? Well, I suppose it is a bit out of my area of expertise. I may not look the part, but I actually have connections everywhere. The Mafia's dispute rages on, then we may feel some of the effects. It would be wise of us to plan accordingly. Our first course of action is to begin patrolling the downtown district. Okay, I highly doubt Wald has any useful information for me. A child. Good morning. Are you guys with the government? I clean this place every day. But let's try and talk to him. Hi. Those black suits have been creeping me the heck out lately. They're the reason I've been sending my boys on regular patrols around our turf. Black suits? You talking about Ravache? Yeah, I guess they have been making moves these days. Screw them. Those cowards love sneaking around behind our backs instead of facing us like real men. Soon as we catch one of those snakes, they're freaking dead meat. Oh, I can't wait. Come on, Wald. Please don't escalate this into something bigger than it needs to be, okay? But Lloyd, we can't turn a blind eye to all of the larger crimes they've been committing. I'm sure the fight between the mafias will only continue to escalate if it's already become this fierce. Okay, so we know that now. Are you guys on patrol? Hey, come to think of it, I haven't seen that chick around here lately. I think I remember her saying practice was pretty tough. Maybe that's why. What are they even talking about? They're talking about Rixia. Duh. Teleport me to... I think the residential district. Not the rich place. Were these houses always open? I don't remember always being able to go into these houses. My husband has been offering the people of Mainz a 10% discount ever since last month's incident. Unfortunately, that means we're barely breaking even on our sales here. Whatever will I do with him? Though I do find that aspect of his charming, to be honest. Are you, that pink hair guy's wife? I think you are. Papa has to work today. Do you think he'll play with me at the festival next month? I don't know. Good luck, child. You're on your own. I think this is that Mr. Hayworth or whatever his name is. I think this is his house. Come on, Cindy, be my dance partner. What? Why would I want to do that? Go and practice on your own. Okay. Interesting. What weird people. I just want to see if I can steal anything, and it doesn't look like I can. General store. Hi, what do you have? Talk. little Momo loves to read. She recently began delving into this one novel series. She only managed to get her hands on a few of the volumes, though. I can't bear to see a frown on her little face, so I ordered the missing volumes for the store. Want to give them a go, too? They might just get their hooks into ya. Fair warning, though, we only have a few volumes in stock. Back alley Dr. Glenn. Yeah, give me that. Yeah. So I should have been coming here to buy books this whole time. I see. Arc-en-Ciel's new performance will feature a rookie in one of the lead roles. Supposedly, she's co-starring with Elia for her debut act. I can't imagine what kind of person you'd have to be to pull off an incredible feat like that. Where is your child, though? Okay, well, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go into the Grimwood Law Office. Because I don't know who else the game wants me to talk to. Excuse us, sir. Welcome. It's been a while, hasn't it? I've been hearing a lot of stories about the special support section. It seems you've all been working hard since we last met. Well, I'm sure you've been working just as hard as us, Mr. Grimwood, if not more. Right, you look as busy as always, sir. Well, you get used to it in this line of work. That aside, something must have happened, right? Judging by the looks on your faces, you've come here to ask for my advice. Impressive. Was it that obvious? Well, I do see a great many clients come through my door every day with that very same look. Lucky for you, I'm taking a break right now, so you can ask me anything. Thank you, Mr. Grimwood. Your words mean more than you could ever know. I think we'll take you up on that kind offer. A threat letter sent to Arc-en-Ciel, huh? And you're curious as to whether the sender Yin is tied to Ruvache. Yes, sir. Do you have any idea? Unfortunately, I don't have any information that connects the two of them. But that doesn't mean that I've never heard the name Yin before. Really? What do you know about him? Well, I have no evidence that points toward this being the same person. With that in mind, are you still interested in this information? Yes, obviously there can only be one person named Yin in this world. Heck, at this point, we'll take any lead we can get our hands on. Very well then. It all happened when I was on a business trip to Calvard. While walking about, I heard a strange urban legend from a local. It involves a legendary Zhongshu, referred to as Yin. Yin. It certainly is an Eastern name. What exactly is Zhongshu? Means something along the lines of assassin or killer. Pretty sure that's what they call them in most of the eastern regions. My, you certainly are well informed. I'd say it's somewhat similar to how we customarily call mercenaries Jaegers. You mentioned this was an urban legend. There's more to it, I assume? Yes, well, it's said that no one knows for sure whether Yin is real or not. Though, supposedly, he's said to wear a mask and a pitch-black cloak, and he's never once allowed someone to see his face. He appears and vanishes with the shadows and never lets his prey slip away. In other words, he's a phantom. Phantom. Sounds like a pretty tall tale if you ask me. I suppose this is why it's called an urban legend. However, why would this so-called legendary assassin send a threat to Ilia Platier? Right, it just doesn't make sense. Wait, what if it's not Rivace he's tied to, but Heiyu? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Considering that, you know, Heiyu is also an Eastern mafia, it would make sense for the person with an Eastern name to be tied to the Eastern mafia. Crime syndicate, whatever. Heiyu is a powerful organization operating out of Calpard's eastern quarter. With that in mind, I wouldn't be shocked if they knew of the Eastern Assassin. I getcha. If that's the case, Garcia's reaction makes a lot more sense. We know for a fact that Rivace and Heiyu are at each other's throats, and if Heiyu and Yin are teaming up, despite not being directly tied to Rivace, it would be highly likely that the Mafia is acutely aware of his presence. That, in and of itself, would support Lloyd and Ellie's theory. An intriguing thought. But that brings us back to your previous question, Tio. Why would Yin threaten Ilia Platier, the lead star of Arc-en-Ciel? Well, we still need to figure that one out. We know that Ilia and Rivace's Don had an argument at a party. Could it somehow be related to that? I don't know. It didn't really sound like something that warranted a threat. Besides, why would Heiyu react to it at all if they're against Rivace? Yeah. Any chance the name is a coincidence and we're dealing with someone completely unrelated? I don't think so. Every clue we've gathered so far has pointed in a particular direction. I think we're still too early in the investigation to disregard anything that's not quite lining up. Hey guys, not to get too ahead of myself, but why don't we try paying Heiyu a visit? What? Whoa, man. Are you off your rocker today? Think about it like this. We know that Heiyu is a big enough threat to Rivace to have gotten their attention. And Heiyu was only continued to spread its influence and chip away at Rivace's hold on Crossbill's criminal underworld. Depending on the circumstances, they could prove even more dangerous than Rivace. You may be right. I see. This might be the perfect chance to check whether or not that is true. Hold up. It's not like we can just barge in on him. I mean, that's exactly what we did to Rivace. What is the difference? We have no idea what kind of people we're up against, Lloyd. Actually, I recently met a manager of the Heiyu Trading's Crossbell branch. What? Seriously? He came to me for counsel to ensure there were no legal barricades preventing his business from operating Crossbell. I saw no harm in the request, so I accepted the job. And it was then that I met him. I see. What kind of person was he? The word shrewd certainly comes to mind. He is relatively young, but he already knows his way around things. He has a silver tongue and is unflappably confident. Overall, I'd say he's extremely intelligent and not someone that can be taken lightly. An intellectual, then. Sounds like he's going to be a huge pain in the butt. Definitely not the kind of guy who will give us any straight answers. True, but this will be a good chance to meet with him. What do you say? Okay, you won me over. I am also quite curious about this branch manager. Same here. I know a bit about Rivace, but nothing about Heiyu. We'll be going in blind. You're right, Lloyd. This will be a good opportunity to learn more about how they operate. It's decided then. Thanks for all your help, Mr. Grimwood. It looks like we'll be able to press on with our investigation after all. I'm happy to hear that. You remind me of the way a guy used to work his cases. Anyway, Heyu works under the guise of a respectable trading company. Stopping by their office shouldn't prove too dangerous. However, never forget that their true identity is that of a massive, influential crime syndicate. Don't let your guard down around them. Yes, sir. Thank you. We'll keep that in mind. Child. If I remember correctly, Heiyu's Crossbell branch manager is named Cao Lee. Mr. Grimwood tells me that you should watch yourself around him. Please be careful, everyone. What's in here? Locked. We'll never know. Until we do. Alright, let's make our way to Heiyu Trading. I think they're somewhere by the pier. Correct, our destination should be in the northeast corner of the harbor district. They're apparently located right by the river. Oh, we talking about that red eastern looking building? It's surprising to think that a crime syndicate's headquarters is in the same area as the IBC and the Crossbell Times building. I suppose it's no matter. Let's try paying them a visit. I'm going to teleport there. The game didn't say no. Hi. A sign is affixed to the locked door. Crossbell branch, if you have business with us, please knock. This must be the place. How do we proceed, Lloyd? Knock. Excuse me. Is anybody there? The sign said to knock, not to yell. And who might you all be? We're from the Crossbell Police Department, Special Support Section. We were hoping to ask your branch manager a few questions regarding a certain incident, if possible. Wait here for a moment. Well, here we go. Man, what kind of trouble are we getting ourselves into this time? I suppose we will find out very soon. I apologize for the wait. The branch manager will see you now. Please come in. Thank you. If you'll excuse us. Hi. Our apologies for making you wait. Right this way. This is the branch manager's room. Oh, how nice of you to finally visit. It's nice to meet you. I'm Lloyd Bannings of the CPD Special Support Section. The pleasure is all mine. You also have pink hair. I'm Cao Lee, manager of Heiyu Trading's Crossbell branch. So you're Lloyd, and you three must be Ellie, Randy, and Tio, correct? How do you... May I ask how you know of our names already? Truth be told, I'm an avid reader of the Crossbell Times. I was mesmerized by your exploits and instantly became a fan. Though boorish of me, I decided to investigate your backgrounds through various intermediaries. Is that so? What is under my desk? Yeesh, 5 seconds in and he's already holding all the cards. He is just as cunning and intelligent as we were told. It is an absolute honor to meet such an intriguing group of as yourselves. Words. What brings you to our office today? Was there a problem of some sort with our business operations? No, that's not it. We're actually in the middle of investigating an incident involving Arc-en-Ciel. Arc-en-Ciel, you say? Ah, but of course, Crossbell's very own prided theatrical troupe. I've been meaning to see one of their shows ever since I first arrived here, but work has kept me oh so busy, you know. I seem to recall them having announced their next production, correct? Yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, our investigation is related to an issue with their upcoming show. We'd actually like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. Oh dear. Sounds like quite the predicament. Very well. I shall comply with your request, free of charge, of course. Yin, you say? We're aware that Heiu's main office is located in the Republic's eastern quarter. We were thinking that due to that, you may be familiar with Yin. Interesting. Am I to assume that you're implying I have connections to this criminal named Yin? No, of course not. To be honest, we simply don't have a lot of info, so we're following up on any and all leads we have. Is that so? Well, alright then. This may be rather basic information, but I can tell you some of the legends regarding Yin in more detail. We're listening. The name Yin holds a particularly strong influence within the Eastern Quarter. Man, I couldn't hear how he said this word. Zhang Shu, an assassin, hidden behind a mask and beneath a pitch-black cloak. No one has ever gazed upon his true face. He appears like a shadow and vanishes like a phantom. His prey has never once escaped. And though it may seem preposterous, some say Yin may be immortal. Immortal? What do you mean? Well, documents show that Yin has been operating as an assassin for at least a century. So maybe it's a title that's passed down from generation to generation, and they wear a mask so that no one can tell that it is in fact a new Yin that has picked up the mantle. His rise into legend began shortly after the democratization of the Calvard Republic. If you were to examine records from that time, Yin's name is frequently mentioned. The demon draped in black sent one prominent figure after another to their grave during this chaotic period in history. This story is getting more outlandish by the second. It's gotta be some scary fable to keep the kiddos in line. No way he's real. No, Mr. Orlando, Yin is very real. What? Yin far surpasses a mere tall tale in the underworld of the Eastern Quarter. Though his true identity is unknown, Zemuria's great assassin can be employed for the right price. A master of all assassination techniques, a martial artist with incredible dexterity and agility who lurks in the shadows. He is recognized as such, and his deadly work speaks to his existence. A certain organization highly values Yin and entrusts many jobs to him. Or so the rumor goes. So he's telling us in a roundabout way that his business employs Yin, thus Yin is real. I didn't expect him to admit it. The organization you're referring to... Ah yes, that reminds me, while we're on the topic of Yin, I've heard recent claims of Yin having vanished entirely from the Eastern Quarter. It has come to my attention that he has accepted a hefty job from the aforementioned organization. Apparently, it involved traveling to a certain autonomous state we're all familiar with. So Yin is in the city. I don't like what you're implying. What's the matter? I haven't given you the name of the organization, have I? Nor the name of the state. You and Ravache are one and the same. Oh, please refrain from comparing Heiyu to that measly local gang, or at least that's what I'd like to say. Quite frankly, I'm more than impressed with how well they've managed to adapt to this peculiar city. Those persistent little pests have caused quite a bit of trouble for us. You fessing up? He's not even pretending anymore. I am merely referring to them as our fellow business competitors. Here in Crossbell, free trade is protected by law, after all. Do you take issue with that, officers? Let me ask you this one final question. Has Arc-en-Ciel been caught in the crossfire between you and Ravache? Oh? We just received information about Ravache's proposal for Arc-en-Ciel to perform in the Imperial capital. Were you considering a similar proposal too? I have no problem admitting that certain crowds in the Republic wish to be graced by their presence. However, our company is unconcerned with matters relating to the entertainment industry. I certainly am perplexed, though. Why exactly was the threat letter signed with the name of an assassin? That's what I intend to find out. Thank you for your time, Cao. We appreciate your cooperation. Lloyd? You sure we're done here, man? I doubt we'd get much more out of it if we stayed any longer. And besides, Cal already seems more than busy enough, so we really should excuse ourselves. Lloyd's right. Thank you for being so considerate. One more thing before you leave, Detective Bannings. What is it? Come now. Don't look so displeased. Do you recall me saying that I'm a big fan of the SSS? Believe me when I say that was no lie. Huh? I must say this current investigation of yours absolutely fascinates me. As one of your fans, I can hardly wait to see how you resolve this one. I am mostly looking forward to reading about it. He's steering us to grace, is what I'm getting. Thank you for stopping by, officers. The branch manager says you may contact us again should anything happen. We appreciate the offer.